in order. Again, my name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. I always give a disclaimer. I can't provide a breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And if you need a financial breakthrough, my friend, we've been teaching a series on your financial breakthrough. Our breakdown is guaranteed. And it's very simple. The breakdown is guaranteed if you ignore the principles that I teach. The breakthrough is guaranteed if you implement the principles. Well, we got a special guest speaker, Jim Carrey. Now, not the actor. This guy's the real deal. He doesn't act. But he's going to teach you some things, some powerful principles that I believe, again, my friend, if you need a financial breakthrough, if you want a legacy breakthrough, as we talk about, if you want something that not just makes sense, but it makes dollars, again, in a nutshell, when you think about this, coins must be minted. And so the question is, would you like to have just coins? Would you like to own the minting that produces the coins? And I already know your answer. Well, coins must be minted, but then cash must be printed. Question, do you just want the cash, or do you want to be able to own the printing press that legally prints the cash? And I believe I know what your answer is. Well, again, coins must be minted, cash must be printed, and then crypto must be mined. Question, do you just want the crypto, the Bitcoin, the XRP, the Texit Coin, or whatever? Or do you want to own the mining that'll produce the crypto for about 130 odd years, pay one time, and by the way, is maintained by somebody else? Hey, y'all remember the old saying, you can teach a man to fish, you can give him a fish, a man or woman a fish, or teach him how to fish. Well, Dr. Breakthrough came up with a third one, Jim, and that's this. You either can give a person a fish, teach them how to fish, or empower them to buy their own fish farm that's maintained by somebody else, and they can get all the fish they want anytime they want. Well, that's what our special guest speaker is going to talk to you about today, my friend. And so I just want you to know I got started with TexitCoin. I spoke for the company back in June, and I had no idea. I saw a little bit of presentation, but I was there to do my breakthrough presentation and so forth. And Carl Wilk called me 6 weeks later and said, Doc, have you even looked in your back office? I'm like, I didn't know I had a back office. Anyway, he showed me, and I'm like, what's all these entries? He said, well, every day your mind is producing more coins. And I was like, what? Every single day? And he said, yeah, see the entries. And then he said, but then every month it goes up in value. And so when I got it, was like $1.03. And 6 weeks later was like $1.86. I'm like, wait a minute, that's over 80% increase in 6 weeks without me doing anything. Because Myron Golden and I, years ago, Myron Golden, first guy ever led to Christ, and I mentored him in the early days. Then he's the one that got me into business. But we came up with it's called hands-free money, how to make money without your hands, right? Kind of like Warren Buffett said, you'll work until you die unless you learn to make money in your sleep. And so we would teach people how to make money in their sleep. And then we talk about a set it and forget it system, right? Well, I said, this is it. And then my beautiful wife, Nadia, my ABCD, my adorable brown caramel delight. Jim, when we got married many years ago, she said something that shocked me because, when you marry a beautiful woman, it's going to cost you, but I was gladly going to pay for the rest of my life. We got married and she said to me, baby, we don't ever want to spend money. We only want to circulate money. I was like, wow, that sounds good. But what exactly does that mean? And here's what she said. And when she taught me this, it changed my life. She said, when you spend money, it's gone forever, never to return. She said, but when you circulate money, money goes out and it comes back, a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. I said, from now on in the Harris household, we'll look for ways to circulate the money that God entrusts us to be the stewards over. And so again, when I saw what Texit Coin, I was like, man, this is the best way of circulating money that I've ever seen. And so, my friend, again, your financial breakthrough or breakdown can almost be guaranteed. If you ignore, it's going to guarantee you'll break down. If you implement, and I believe that's what you'll do. So Jim Carrey, again, this guy's got an amazing business background. The company actually contacted him about doing some marketing and training. And so because of that, he had to look into it a little deeper. And what he found, well, I'll let him tell you the story. But when I saw his presentation, I was like, man, I got to have him come speak to our people on our Breakthrough Zoom. So Jim Carrey, welcome. God bless you, my friend. Take it away.
Thanks, Dr. Stan. I appreciate it. It's good to meet you, my friend.
Good to meet you too, man.
Yeah. I just a little kingdom principles thing. That's kind of how I live my life. The reality is, you're talking about implementation, and that's kind of what God God does. God, I always say God can't steer a parked car. You got to get in, you got to strap up, you got to let go of the steering wheel and mash the gas pedal.
Mm,
You got to be moving forward all the time and just, excuse me, live on faith that he's going to take you where he's going to take you. And he's going to take you when he wants you to go. So it's
come
not
on.
about my time, it's about his time. It's not about my ways, it's about his ways. And, I just believe for me, I work every day to run his kingdom businesses that he put me in charge of, which in my thing here is my digital marketing agency and my Texit Coin business. And the bottom line is I'm basically just working for him, and it's a get to thing. It's not a got to thing, it's a get to thing. I get to wake up every day and I work in my life every day. When I leave my office, I have a book right there and it's called Well Done, Creating Kingdom Businesses. And I just said, did I get a well done from God today? Did I work
Wow.
hard enough to get a well done? And that's what my barometer is. And sometimes I don't get it, and I just go, you got to get a little better, Jim. But
Yeah.
thanks for the opportunity. I just wanted to, I don't share that side of my story a lot with people. And I just thought this was the appropriate
Oh,
venue to
yeah.
do that. But
By the way,
endeavor,
Jim, excuse
hmm?
me. By the way, if you text me your address, I'm gonna send you a copy. One of my I was gonna say latest book, but I just came out another book a week ago. But before then, my latest book, Kingdompreneur: The Art of Doing Business God's Way with God's Blessings, and that's what we've committed our lives to is empowering mankind to make money from ministry. And so we appreciate that. But I'd love to send you a copy, autographed copy of that book.
Hey, I
Thank
appreciate that. I
you.
just put it in the chat.
Okay, all right.
So
All
it's
right,
there
everybody,
for you.
y'all ready? By the way, everybody send another text or tweet real quick. Tell people you do not want to miss this. Folks are still coming in, but I'm telling you, you do not want to miss what this gentleman has to say. And again, my friend, Kingdompreneur is all about allowing God, get this now, to provide through us a product, service, or system to people for profit with pleasure to promote the kingdom while honoring the King of Kings. And this, my friend, is one of the ways to position yourself for the transfer of wealth. So don't miss out. Jim, bring it on home, buddy.
All right. Listen, everybody, I'm glad to be here with you today. I know my name's Jim Carrey. I get a lot of disappointed looks, but it is what it is. So my journey here started that I own a digital marketing agency right now. I'm 64. I've exited 4 different businesses. So I've been blessed in that regard. And I was sitting around 5 years ago when I exited my last one and just basically, what am I going to do? Play golf with my buddies the rest of my life and just, I can't sit still. So I did a few different things, helped some entrepreneurs get some businesses going here in my community, and then ultimately got really, really fascinated with AI. And I am still very fascinated with AI and where that's going, how it can help businesses, et cetera. So I ended up forming a digital marketing agency called Workwell. And in that regard, we do AI voice agents, inbound, outbound, all kinds of automations, things like that, marketing funnels. And I have a buddy of mine who I've known for 25 years. His name's Tim Blake, and happens to be my sponsor. But 25 years ago, he's 47 now. He was a young buck, 22 years old, and I brought him into my sales organization, and he's just a super great Christian guy, and he rose to the top very quickly with his talent. And we've just known each other for 25 years. About 14 years ago, he diversified and left the travel business, and he went into the hot tub business. And he's been the sales manager for the largest hot tub and swim spa dealer in Central Texas for 14 years. And he's done really, really well with that. So he and I talked, and he heard that I have a digital marketing agency, and he called me up and said, "Hey, man," he goes, "we're struggling." He goes, "We're doing good on sales, but," he said, "at the end of the day," he said, "we're dinosaurs. Website's a dinosaur. We're not doing any kind of automations of any kind. Can you help us?" So ended up taking them on as a client. And about 2, 3 weeks after that, he came back to me and said, "Hey, Jim," he goes, "this is going real well." He goes, "I've got another project that I'd like to talk to you about. And have you ever heard of Texit Coin?" I said, "No, I never heard of Texit Coin before. What's that all about?" Then he goes, "Well, let me ask you, do you know anything about cryptocurrency?" And so, at that point I said, "Well," I said, "I actually happen to know quite a bit about cryptocurrency. In 2017, I went to the Philippines for 2 weeks on a business trip. And if you know anything about the Asian culture and the Asian market over there, at the end of the day, the Asians are into crypto in a big way. I think over 60% of the world right now is in crypto is in Asia. So I got a baptism by fire and learned a lot about crypto while I was over there, and ended up actually getting into Bitcoin back in 2017. You know, I missed Bitcoin when it was at $2 and $5, but I did get in at 3,300, so not too bad. I mean, it's been as high as 128,000 now. And then I got
Hey,
into
hey,
another
hey,
project.
Jim, I apologize. I got it when it was $2, $208. And all my preacher buddies and bishop friends thought I was crazy, right? And
That's awesome.
then when it went up, they started calling me the prophet of profit, right? So anyway, but hey,
I
make sure
like that.
we don't see your screen yet either. So I just want to make sure.
I'm sharing my screen right now. Are you sure you don't see it?
I'm positive. I see you.
Okay, hang on.
Does anybody see his screen other than, are you seeing him like I'm seeing? Okay, now it's coming up. Now we see it.
Okay, well, I don't know what happened. Sorry about that.
It's all good,
Uh,
bro.
anyway, yeah. So anyway, so again, I got in and I got into Bitcoin at 3,300. I got into Ripple, which was is XRP now, and I got in that at 11 cents. But for cryptos and me, I've done very well with cryptos, been in 5 or 6 projects. And I call them projects because it's all about the project to me. It's all about the utility. What is this project trying to solve for humanity? How is it making the world a better place? I don't just buy a coin. And so that's kind of my crypto journey. So the answer when I talked to him was yes, I know a bit about crypto, Tim. And so what I did is in order to take a project on for anything, you got to research it. So I had to, from the marketing side, research Texit Coin all the way through to find out what it is, how could I help, what was it trying to accomplish, et cetera. And it was really at that point that not only did I take them on as a marketing client, but at the end of the day, I thought the project was outstanding. And I'd never seen anything like it. And I still haven't ever seen anything like it. I joined on May 5th of this year, so just a few weeks after I took them on for the marketing. And at that time, I was miner number 3,502. And I'll tell you why that's significant in a bit. And the coin at that point was worth 60 cents. And I'll tell you why that's important too in a bit. But let's talk about what the project actually is. It's a community project. So we start there. It's not a company, it's not a person, it's not an LLC. It's a community project, and it's a community mining project. So best way I like to explain it is I say, here's a coin, okay? This happens to be actually a TXC coin. It's a hard wallet, and that's a invention of the founder as well. It's a great technology. As you know, if you hold digital assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP, whatever, you want to store them on a cold wallet offline. And so the founder invented this because he didn't want people who were new to cryptocurrency to get ripped off and don't understand how to create a digital wallet, a cold wallet, etc. So what he did, he invented this in 2017. You've all seen the famous Bitcoin with the B and the dollar signs. That was invented by Bobby Gray, the founder of this project. He didn't invent Bitcoin, he invented the actual design and that hard wallet coin back in 2017. On the back of the coin, when you peel the sticker off, there's a laser etched QR code, which is your seed phrase. That's how you find your coins on the blockchain. So all you really do when you become a miner, and I'll explain what that's all about, is you just take this, throw in your safe, and that's it. Forget about it. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about this coin. Let's say you bought this coin and it was a Bitcoin, and you bought it for 50 bucks. Okay. And then you went to bed tonight, and when you woke up tomorrow morning, it was at 52 bucks. Woo, I made $2 on paper. Or you went it went down. It went down to $48 and I lost $2 on paper. Okay. But the point I'm making is all it can do is this. It could just go up, down, or stay the same. That's it. So that's what crypto to me has always been about. And this project, I can tell you, I have never bought one coin. Not one coin. I can buy the coin. You can buy the coin, but it's not about buying the coin. I have not bought one coin, and I have almost 14,000 coins today. So I'm going to tell you all about that. So this project is not about buying the coin. So what happened now, if you, in this project, take the same theory that I just talked about, and you have the $50 that you spent for this coin, and it didn't go up, and when you woke up tomorrow, it actually went down. But tomorrow you woke up and you had one and a half of them. Then you had two of them. Then you had three. Then you had four. And you had five. And every single day, without spending a penny, you were getting coins mined for you for the next 137 years. So even if this coin did not go up in value, or it even went down in value. If it went down to 48 cents and I paid 48 cents and tomorrow I woke up and I had two of them, I have 96 cents. I've doubled my money because now I have two of them and it went down in value. So that is the concept, is you're getting more coins every day. But now let's talk about the most powerful wealth building uh, thing in history, and that is called compounding. Okay, compounding. So imagine if I'm getting more and more and more coins every day. That's great. But what if at the same time the coin was also going up in value? The compounding effect of that right there is actually building generational wealth. And that's exactly what's happened since I got involved in the project on May 5th. The coin I said was at 60 cents back then. It is today, I looked at it this morning, I think it was at $4.20 or something like that. So 60 cents to $4.20, 0 coins to 14,000 coins, and I haven't spent another penny. That's what this project is about. That's what's cool. But I'll tell you this, as cool as that is, if this project didn't have a great utility, it wasn't helping humanity, it didn't have a good use case, that wouldn't matter. Not at all. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. So what are we doing here? What's the founder trying to do? Well, the founder realized that in order to have a really good utility for the project to be supported, he needed to have a crowdsource. He needed a community built around this particular project called Texit Coin. So what he said is, no, there's not going to be any multimillionaires here. You can't just come in. We're going to have a 1,000,000 seat mine. So this mine is a crypto mine. It's a 100 million mega hash mine. That's a lot of jargon right there. But essentially, every seat in the mine is worth 100 mega hash, okay? And he's going to have 1,000,000 seats in the mine. That's 100 million mega hash. Think of it like a car engine. That's easy. Everybody knows what that is. A car engine has horsepower. So we're building a 100 million horsepower engine, and each seat is 100 horsepower. So you can look at it that way if you want to. But at the end of the day, there's going to be 1,000,000 seats. Well, what the founder didn't want happening was somebody coming in and having 25 people own all the seats. That's what's happened to Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is mined in China. Over 55% of Bitcoin's mined in China. It's controlled. It's become something that nobody ever thought it would be. It was supposed to be for peer-to-peer payments, but it's too tired and too slow. It's a great store of wealth, but all of it's mined in China. And nobody can afford to even be a Bitcoin miner anymore. There's no money in that. So this founder said, I don't want to do that. I want to crowd fund this mine. I want to crowdfund it, and I want to get lots of people built into this community. So that's why there'll be 1,000,000 seats in the mine, okay? However, there will not be 1,000,000 miners in the project. The reason for that is because the mines, each person getting in is buying an average of about 4 seats in the mine. So probably going to be around 250 to 300,000 total miners in the project. When I got in, I was miner number 3,502 5 months ago. Now they have today it was over 37,000 miners. So if you take that growth rate and you just extrapolate that out, the mine's projected to be sold out in February of 2026. At that time, when it is sold out, okay, only the people who have mining seats, who have purchased mining seats in the mine, will be able to have coins mined for them for the next 137 years. This is a 137-year project. At the end of the day, it will mine 353 million coins. It's immutable. It cannot be inflated. It's beautiful. It's honest money. It's the blockchain. Okay? Just like Bitcoin, it's a 130-year project that will mine 21 million coins over that period of time. Can't be inflated either. It's a great store of value. Once the mine is sold out in February of next year, there are no more seats. The people who missed the train, they've missed the train. At that point, all they can do is go back and buy the coin, watch it go up, watch it go down, and play with it just like a regular cryptocurrency. So the opportunity here is a mining project. So let's talk about that. Okay, how do you become a part of this project? It's really super simple. And what I love about this is you can bite off whatever you're comfortable with. So the first thing is become a miner. That's it. Hey, Dr. Stan, I love what this is. I love what this project is. I want some generational wealth for me and my family, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to buy some seats in the mine, and I'm going to get my hard wallet, and I'm going to forget about it, and I'm going to throw them in the safe and protect it, and I'm going to come back in 5 years, and maybe I'm crypto rich. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe that happens, right? This project just takes off. It becomes another Bitcoin. It becomes another Ethereum. So you only have to become a miner, and that's all you ever have to do. However, okay, as I told you before, okay, you can
Hey
only buy
Jim,
nine.
hey Jim, I apologize, man, but I just heard a testimony. I got to throw in if you don't mind. But there's a gentleman that got started and got the three seat, three miners, and forgot about it. Like you said, and then the other day, or a couple weeks ago, he found out over $80,000 his account is worth. And so now, of course, he's all fired up, and now he wants to tell people because he can't keep all this to himself. But you're right, set it and forget it. Hands free, folks. I believe out of 8.2 billion people in the world, I think 8.2 billion each need a miner, my friend. This is legacy. So thank you very keep on going, buddy.
Sure. No, 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 that's fine. So essentially you can become a miner. You can buy up to 9 seats in the mine. Seats cost $1,000, $995 each. So you can do that. And you can buy that. If you buy 9, you get 2 for free. So you get 11 seats in the mine if you come in for 9. That's called a builder pack, and I'll explain that in a minute. You can come in for 5 and get 1 bonus for free, or you can come in for 1. And I've watched everything happen in between. I've watched people come in for 1, and then they love it so much they upgrade to 9. You can always do that as well. But the bottom line is that's how you become a miner. So if you're like me, and I go, okay, well, you can't get more than 9 seats to purchase. And obviously, you can purchase 9 for you, 9 for your wife, so you can get 18 that way. But outside of that, how can I get more seats? And that's what the brilliance of the founder has done. He's basically said, look, you can get more seats if you do something. Help me build the community. Help me crowdsource and crowdfund the selling of the mine. Our goal is to sell out the mine. That's phase 1 of this program, of this project, before we get to phase 2. So if you help me do that, you can earn free seats. And you can do that in 2 different ways. The first one is basically called 1-2 free. That's this. Hey, man, I got in this project. You got to check it out. I'm doing very well. It's awesome. And you say that to 3 people, and 3 people become miners. They join the project. They become a miner. You can't become a miner unless you come through another miner. So essentially, you will have enrolled 3 miners. When you do that, 3 miners get you 1 free seat in the mine worth $1,000. If you do that within 30 days of getting in, you get an extra bonus seat. So you just earned $2,000. I've had people who got in for 1 seat and 1,000. They got their 1-2 free bonus like 2 days later, and they got $2,000 in bonuses, and they only spent $1,000 to get in. Plus, at the same time, they were mining coins. This thing's crazy. So you get in with your 1-2 free bonus, and you can earn as many free seats as you want. When you get 3 people, it resets the 30-day clock, and you can just keep rinse and repeat. So if you know a lot of people, you can get a lot of free seats that way. And that's with your personal enrollments. The second way to earn free seats is through referral commissions. And this is where I'm going to use a word, 2 words that I kind of wince when I use them, and that's called network marketing. Okay? Is this network marketing? No, not really. It's a referral program, but I call it network marketing-ish. And I'm going to tell you why I do that. First of all, what's the goal of a network marketing company? Look at Amway, look at Monave, look at Malaluka. Their goal is to be in business forever, right? They want to keep selling products forever. Well, this is over. The 1-2 free is gone, and the referral commissions are gone when the mine is sold out. This is just a means to the end to sell the mine out. So that is very anti-network marketing, right? So how do I earn more seats with referral commissions? Well, it's real simple. You got those 3 people that I talked about a minute ago, and you got 2 free seats, and they came in. They can only come in on your right or left side. It's a binary matrix, okay? They come in on your left-hand side. There you got 3 of them. Now, they start telling people about it. You're not even doing anything. And they start telling people, and all of a sudden you got 3 people who come in on your right side. So now you got 3 people on your right and 3 people on your left. When that happens, you get a $1,000 referral commission, and that's in cash. Now, you can earn 6 and 6, get $2,000, or 9 and 9 and get $3,000. Every seat's worth 1 point. So if you had 2 people that came in with a 9 and a 9, that's a $3,000 commission to you, paid in USDC, which is the digital equivalent of the dollar. Or if you're like me, I don't want the cash. I want the seats. So if you do that, they double it for you. If you take it in free seats, your $3,000 in commission turns into 6 seats in the mine or $6,000 bonus. And now you've got 6 new seats in the mine. So that is the power of the how you can earn the free seats in the mine. And the cool thing about the referral part, the B, is like you can the $3,000 in commission is every week. So once you get 9 and 9 and you got a $3,000 commission, it resets immediately and you can now earn another $3,000 every week. That's $150,000 a year. If you come in with a 9-pack, which we call the 9-pack builder program, and you get 9 seats and you get your bonus 2, something else unique happens. You get what we call 3 commission tracking centers. So for each tracking center, okay, you can earn $3,000 a week in commissions, referral commissions. So if you have a 9-pack, you can actually earn $9,000 a week in referral commissions. There's many weeks I'm earning in multiple spots and maxing out in multiple spots. And the cool thing about it is I don't even know the people who are getting involved in the organization because I didn't put them in. With the commissions on the referral side, you don't have to know the people. They just have to join, and they join through other people, and you get paid for that. And that is absolutely cool. So I'm going to reiterate this one more time. Become a miner. Don't tell anybody. Don't do anything. Throw your coin in the safe. Come back in 5 years. That's it. Or, no. I want more free seats in the mine. How can I do that? And then you can participate in the 1-2 free bonus and the commission bonus. But you can bite off whatever you want in this program. So that's how you get involved. So now let's talk about what I get really excited about. I get excited about what are they trying to do? What's the utility of this project? How does it work? Why are you so excited about that, Jim? Because if this didn't work, none of the other stuff would matter. Here's what we're doing.
Yeah, and Jim, I
Yes,
apologize.
sir.
Let me say this. The reason I called you to have you come do the presentation is this part right here. Because like you said, without this, the other stuff is a lot of other people are talking. Folks, this is what separates Texit Coin from everything else. And so sit up, take notes, get ready. You're about to have a breakthrough. Keep on going, Jim. Powerful, buddy.
You got it. So right now, if you look at what's going on in the world, communities, cities are looking to create their own digital currencies. And they're looking to do that because they want to keep money circulating within their own community with businesses, with people, as long as they can possibly keep it there, because it helps the community in a big way. Somebody goes into a Starbucks in their community, spends and buys a cup of coffee with a Visa or MasterCard, that's Chase Bank. That's gone to Chase Bank in New York. It's Wells Fargo. It's gone to Wells Fargo over in San Francisco. It's TD Bank, gone to Canada. Okay, so there's 300 Downtown Digital Association members, cities that belong to the Downtown Digital Association, just in the state of Texas alone. So here's what we're doing. We go, and let's just take the city of McKinney, for example. McKinney goes, we want to create a downtown digital currency, but we have some challenges with that. And you know what the challenge is, guys? The challenge is that creating a digital currency, crypto is volatile. It doesn't just stay the same like the US dollar all the time, although the US dollar just gets deflated. But that's another conversation. Having said that, though, they basically are, how do we do it when the cryptocurrencies fluctuate? So what we do is we say, look, McKinney, we can create the McKinney coin for you. And we have our blockchain on the Texit Coin blockchain is called a layer 1 clone of the Litecoin blockchain. That's important because unlike Bitcoin, which used to be was going to be for peer-to-peer payments and is no longer for peer-to-peer payments because it's too slow and too expensive, the Litecoin blockchain is built for speed, built for transactional speed, built for low transaction costs. So now we have the base in our layer 1. We come in and we put a layer 2 with the McKinney coin on top of it, and now they're sitting on top of our speedy blockchain. That's the first thing. The second thing is we cure the volatility issue, because what we do is we go into the local credit union, not a bank. We don't go into Chase because the money's gone. We don't go into a Wells Fargo because the money's gone. We go into a local credit union that's serving that community, and we put $5 million to support $5 million in transactions with the McKinney coin right in that community. So think about that. Now, the volatility problem is now solved. They don't have that issue. It's like always going to be one-to-one supported. Then we go to the credit union and say, do what you do. loan that money out to your local community. Loan it out to businesses who want to expand, who want to build new businesses. Loan it out to people who are buying cars and buying houses. Circulate that money within your own community. Get interest for the credit union. Pay it to the members of the credit union and spread the wealth around. That's keeping the money circulating within their community. So they're going, okay, I'm loving this so far. What next? Let's create some use cases for you. We start with fairs and festivals. I don't know how it is where you are, but where I am in Florida, where they are in Texas, you got to go to the fair or the festival. Okay, we go to the Strawberry Festival, and you wait in the hot sun. You buy your coupons or your tickets. Then you go on the rides. You get the hot dogs. You get the turkey legs and all that stuff. You didn't buy enough. You wait in the hot sun again to buy more. And then the worst thing is when you leave, you got 10 of them left over that are worthless. What do you do with those? You can't do anything with them. So problem solved, right? We create the McKinney coin, and now you just take your mobile phone, you buy the McKinney coin, okay, right online, no waiting in the hot sun. You load your wallet, you go to the fair, you show it, you QR code it all around the fair, you go on the ride, you do your thing, you buy more if you need to, you don't have to wait in line again. And here's the best part. When you leave, you still have it on your wallet. So imagine now a bunch of people, a lot of people in the community are walking around with a McKinney coin on the blockchain on their wallet. And what are they doing? Okay, they're looking for places to spend it, right? What can I do with that? Well, guess what? You could do a lot with it. So we incentivize, the project incentivizes you to spend at merchants. We partner with the local Chamber of Commerce, okay, Downtown Digital Association and the Chamber of Commerce with all the businesses, and we tell them we're going to have a bunch of people walking around with the McKinney coin on their wallet, and you're going to want them to spend the money with you. We incentivize the consumer with a 5% bonus of TXC to spend with a local merchant. So now they go into the coffee shop and they see the sign in the window that says McKinney coin accepted here. They go in, they spend $10 on a cup of coffee, and boom, they get an extra 50-cent reward in Texit Coin or the McKinney coin put directly on their wallet. So the consumers are incentivized to do it. Number two, let's look at the businesses. Why do they want to do it? There's 5 reasons a business wants to do this, right? Number one, there's people walking around with it that need to spend it. Please spend it. Spend it in my business. I'd love it. Number two, they're currently paying merchant fees of 1.5% to 5% with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, etc. There are no merchant fees. 0. We're built for transactional speed, and for low fees, it's usually like 0.00001 is the transaction fee for Texit Coin and the McKinney coin on the blockchain. So no transaction fees virtually. Okay. The next thing is, when do they get their money with a merchant account? 1 to 3 days before it hits their bank account, right? Not now. It hits their McKinney coin wallet immediately. So now it's directly in that business's wallet right now. The next thing is, there's no chargebacks. It's done. It's on the blockchain. It's immutable. There's no customer complaining about something and they just claw the money back from the business, and the business didn't even have anything to say about it. And now you got a dispute. This doesn't mean a business isn't a good business that won't give a refund. They could still give a refund. They just won't get it clawed back from them, so no chargebacks. The last thing, and it's probably huge, is how much the coin is being promoted. When the mine is sold out, we're $1 billion market cap coin and project. We have hundreds of millions of dollars in promotional money. Right now, we're currently spending today about $1.5 million a month in promoting Texit Coin in Texas, in Florida. We're at every gate in the DFW airport, the Houston Intercontinental Airport, Houston Hobby Airport, Austin Bergram Airport. Now we're coming to the Orlando Airport. We have hundreds of billboards all over the state of Texas. We have wrapped cars, wrapped supercars. We have billboards now in Florida, etc. So then the coin is being promoted by the project, which builds more awareness and more people start coming to the project. So now you go, oh, Jim, I'm kind of digging that, but couldn't somebody else do that? Like with Monero coin or Solana coin or something like that? The answer is yes, they could do that. However, okay, they're not doing it. And the reason they're not doing it is because, number one, you have to have a leader, a visionary leader that basically brings people together, builds a community with the intent to do this, which he's been doing now for 1.5 years. This project launched in January 2024. And this community is being built as we speak. They don't have a community. It would take somebody who goes, I got to create this. I'll use it on the blockchain. Oh, let me get a mine going. It's not happening. Most of these coins are rudderless. Like if you look at Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, he's sold out. He's checked out. It's rudderless. There's no leader in that project that has a vision. You need somebody to have the vision to bring it together. Well, that's Bobby Gray. That's who did this. This is a continuation of his life's work. And I'm sure Dr. Stan will show you and send with you guys a beautiful 17-minute documentary that was done recently for the Thailand event that talks about his vision, talks about what he's done in his life's work, and how this is a continuation of his life's work. It's very, very informational, and you guys would totally dig that. But anyway, getting back to this project again, yeah, so nobody's just going to go out and do this, okay? It takes the vision to do this. So then you go, okay, I like the utility of this. Where's it going? How does the coin go? Which it's projected, by the way, it's at 410 today, 420, whatever. It's projected to be at $16 by February of 2026. Okay, that's when the mine is sold out. That's when the phase one has been completed. That's when everything starts. Bobby says that's just proof of concept. That's the beginning. So from now, getting in now, where it's $4 and change to $16, I don't know many things you can 4x your money in the next 5 months. But I'm not an investor. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm not telling you it's going to happen. I'm telling you the projection. I'm telling you they haven't missed the mark 1 month yet, but that's where the project is heading right there. And so that is essentially the utility. And then you go, okay, well, how's it going to go from 16 and continue going up to the next step of $80 or $800, where the project is really heading, and that's where the founder's vision is. It's really simple. If you take $5 million in transactions in a community, and just in the Texas market, there's 300 of those communities, that is $1.5 billion in transaction volume. Folks, that's a lot of transaction volume, and we're clipping just a little sliver in fees off of every transaction, way lower than their merchant account fees. But that's how, if you look at Ripple, XRP, that's their business model. That's how they're succeeding. They're doing cross-border payments. They're trying to replace the SWIFT banking system, and they take a little bit of every transaction fee from that. You know, when you wire money across the international, the SWIFT banking system, it takes a day to get there. They take $25 wire fees on that end, take 25 wire fees on this end. So XRP is trying to disrupt that. Number one, it's faster. Number two, the transaction fees. Sound familiar? That's exactly what we're doing at scale. And so now you've got $1.5 billion in transactions. Now you bring on Florida. Now you bring on Missouri. Now you bring on New York. Now you bring on California. And we can build this digital currencies for all these cities throughout the United States. I met with a woman, Valerie Brown, recently. It was about 3 months ago. She got involved with the project. And when I got to this part of it, she's like, whoa, wait a minute. She goes, I had no idea. She goes, I sit on the Downtown Digital Association of Ypsilanti, Michigan, my town. She goes, we were just talking about this. She goes, we want a currency. Could you guys do it for us? The answer is absolutely. We'll be able to do it for you. So you can start to imagine with that use case, that utility of how we're solving these problems and how that creates profit and how this project can continually go up and the price of the coin continually go up. And when you marry that up with the whole mining concept, the mine's now closed. Okay, I tell people all the time, 3 things are going to happen after we talk today. Okay, one of 3 things. It's really simple. Okay, you're going to go, damn, I'm glad I didn't get involved in that. You're going to go, darn, I missed it again. Or you're going to go, I'm so happy that I got involved in that and followed my heart and I got involved in that project. And now I didn't miss Bitcoin again. So that's it. That's all that can happen after this call today. So that is the utility of this project. And that is what got me totally excited about it. And it's really driving. So what I do want to cover real quick, and we're going to wrap up here, is what it's not. And that's important. Okay. What is it not? It's not a rug pull. What's a rug pull? A rug pull is when the founder pre-mined 1 million, 2 million coins for themselves, kept it on a shelf, and now they go out and launch the project. And they build a bunch of hype around the project, get some people excited about it, and all of a sudden they just dump their coins on the open market, pull the rug out from everybody else, they cash out, the coin tumbles, it's worth nothing, everybody got had. That's the farthest thing from this project. In fact, they have the opposite problem. They're trying to get the whales, the people who got in at the beginning and have the coins, like Dr. Stan was talking about, where basically the guy had $80,000 worth of coins. They're trying to get him to sell some coins, and they're holding on to them. Why? Because the doggone coin keeps going up in value. Why do I want to sell it at $4 today when it's going to be worth potentially $16 in February? So that's like the opposite problem of a rug pull. The other thing is the whales in this, the people who own the most coins, the percentage of the supply of coins in the marketplace, they used to own 100%. Then we got more miners, 80%. Then we got more miners, 60%. Today, they sit at about 40% of the circulating supply, and that's going down every single day. So that means that if one whale wanted to sell a bunch of coins, it impacts the market less and less and less every day. On top of that, the project itself has what we call liquidity, and that is cash money, okay, that support if a whale wanted to dump a bunch of coins, they would go into the liquidity pool and they would buy those coins where it wouldn't impact the price of the coin. Right now, the project has $5 million in liquidity that is transparent, can be viewed readily. If you get the path to 16 document, it's right on the website. They'll send it to you, I'm sure. It's got links to the liquidity coins right there. And you could see $1 million on a Bitcoin. You could see $1 million on an Ethereum wallet. You could see $1 million on a USDC wallet. And then they have $2 million in gold bullion. All of that supporting the price of this coin and this project. Not a rug pull, folks. Pump and dump, same as a rug pull. Pre-mined coins, $1 million or $2 million, except the founder hires a influencer or hires a celebrity. Pump and dump, and they pump it, and they're talking about it. My second presentation today, guys. I'm sorry, but they go ahead and then they pump it up, and then the founder sells, and everybody gets dumped. The coin price dumps, and that's not the project. This project's never had an influencer. This project's never had a celebrity endorsement ever, and it never will. Is it a Ponzi like Bernie Madoff? A Ponzi, by definition, means you have to have new money today to pay the debts of yesterday. Well, this project has no debts. It's cash free. It's a very cash rich project. And if there was no new miners that came in next week, there would be no cash commissions that needed to be paid out. They pay out the commissions every single week. So the thing's flush all the time. It's 100% balanced. No need for new money to pay for old money or old debt. And pyramid, let's talk about that. That's why I go, it's network marketing-ish, right? I already told you why it's not network marketing. That's because network marketing wants to be in business forever. When the mine's sold out, folks, there is no 1-2 free anymore. There is no referral commissions anymore. So that's not network marketing. The other thing network marketing companies do is you got to buy pills, potions, lotions, patches, whatever it happens to be. You got to do that on a regular basis to maintain your status, to get your commissions. There's nothing to buy here. Nobody buys anything. Once you get in and you become a miner, there's nothing to buy. So there's nothing like that going on here. And then, of course, the third thing is that you don't have to even participate in the commission portion of the program. Just buy a mining seat, throw it in the safe, have a good day. Again, nothing like network marketing at all. And lastly, it's not a pyramid, which is also like network marketing. Normally, you got the person at the top, they got a big tree beneath them, and everybody's earning here. And I told you about 9 points and 9 points, you get $3,000 commission, right? Well, guess what? Obviously, this person here has a big organization. They might have 200 points and 300 points on one side and 200 on the other. They only get paid on 9. All above 9 wash out. So that means anybody in the entire matrix can max out at $3,000 a week. It's the most flat level, balanced plan ever. Nobody can make more than anybody else. So that's the reason it's not a pyramid scheme. And so basically, that's what it's not. And lastly, how do I get involved? You get with the person who brought you. Okay, it's my QR code, all that stuff. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You get with the person who brought you. They can get you involved. I already talked about it before. You can buy anywhere from one mining seat for $995 all the way up to 9. If you buy 9, not only do you get a 2 bonus, okay, and that's for somebody who's like, they really want a lot of seats, or they want a lot of seats and no, I want a lot of free seats, because that also gets you the 3 different tracking centers. And now you can earn $9,000 in commission a week because you've got 3 tracking centers that you can max out at 9 points and 9 points. And if you think about that, if you're doing and taking that in seats, that is what, 3,000 each, that's $9,000 in commissions, which can be turned into 18 free seats in the mine a week. So my goal is I want as many free seats in the mine as I can get before this mine is closed, because once it's closed, folks, it's over. Okay, you'll be doing one of those three things I talked about in February of 2026 when this mine sells out. You either got involved and you're happy, you're mad because you missed it, or you're darn glad you didn't do it because the project crashed and burned. And it is crypto, it is volatile. Do your own due diligence. Don't spend money that you can't afford to lose. But you know what? If you're here today, it could very well be that you've been praying to God for something and God sent you something. And you just need to examine that for yourself and determine, is this something that can solve the money financial problems, not only solve them short term, because I can earn $3,000 a week with some effort, but also I could change the lives of other people. And I'm going to have this for the rest of my life, 137 years. My mining seats will be mining coins. That's wealth for your children. That's wealth for their children. That's generational wealth. So that's why I'm excited about this project. And that's why, I'm involved in the project. So that's my bit, Dr.
Come
Stan.
on. Wow, wow, wow. Man, that's powerful. And folks, we want you, right? So whoever gave you this information, get back with them. We want you to be part of this. Because again, my friend, we believe it's something that can change your future. So remember, this whole series, your financial breakthrough or breakdown is guaranteed. Remember, your breakdown is guaranteed if you ignore the principles. Jim just gave you some powerful, practical principles of why we believe everybody should be part of this. But your financial breakthrough is guaranteed if you implement the principles. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to be implementers. So real quick, let me just, if you got a quick question, I'm gonna open up for a minute, but let me just show you something here. And you can see on the chart, you talk about the path to 16. Again, the coin is not just every month met, but it's actually in many cases exceeded. But you can come down here to October, and we're supposed to be at about $3.79 is what they projected. Again, no guarantees, what is projected. And if you will go to coinmarketcap.com and look on coinmarketcap.com and punch in TXE, you'll see right now it's at about $4.07. I mean, it's come down from where it was, but we're way above and beyond. And besides that, this is a long-term strategy, folks. This is a long-term strategy. So again, a little website, whytexit.com gives you a little 6-minute overview by Carl Wilt, the gentleman that set me up to speak for the company, which is amazing, in McKinney, Texas, where I spoke. And Bobby came up to me after and said, "Man, I never seen somebody move a crowd like this, man. What do we got to do to have you working with us? We got to work together." And anyway, so real quick, let me show you this also, because Jim, you did such an amazing job. A lot of people aren't even aware of this, but do you know you can get a hold of your myplace.com, get a license plate as long as it has TXE. Now, see, you see mine, that's BT for breakthrough TXE. And when you get this done and you send it, listen, my friend, the company's going to give you an extra mine. Like, did you hear what I just said? This is crazy. You're already driving. It's like the company's going to pay you for the next 135 years to just have TXE. So again, you get a personalized license plate. Now, again, don't do the 5-year, 3-year, just do the 1-year one. Here in Texas, it cost me about $80. And what did that produce? A whole nother mine that's producing every single day. So you definitely want to take advantage of that, my friend. I don't know of a company that makes it easier for you, right? Again, it's all about a win-win-win. And my beautiful wife, Nadia, we say, Jim, if it's not win-win-win, we're not in. But whenever it's a win-win-win, we're all the way in. And so we want you also to
I
be
mean,
all
hey,
in.
Dr. Stan, I mean, the company just paid for me to wrap my Audi.
Come on.
Yeah, they paid $5,000 with a ceramic coating and everything, had me to wrap my Audi. And now I'm driving around. I got Texit Coin everywhere. I got QR codes on my Audi. So
Wait a minute.
anybody sees it, they can scan it.
Where's the picture? You don't have the picture?
I got it right here.
Okay. Because
You want
go
to
ahead and
see
show
it?
that. Can you show the picture,
Yeah,
please?
let me try to do that. Hang
Then
on.
I got a testimonial from a pastor that's going to blow some of y'all minds. And we're going to
Yeah,
close up here. We're going to have a few questions. But this is
let
what I'm
me.
saying. This is so amazing. We've got Dr. Wilhelmina Ford on here that watched me interview Carl Wilt. I put it on YouTube and she called me. She said, "Dr. Breakthrough, sign me up in Texit Coin." Make a long story short, she got signed. I was like, "Do I even know you?" And Jim, she called like 5 to 10 people to find out if they knew my number, and finally found somebody my number, called me. And then 2 weeks ago, we actually did a meeting for her. Hey, there you go. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, let me bring up, I'll give you another view of it. Hang
Okay.
on. You,
That's amazing. I'm taking a screenshot of that one now.
are you seeing the second one there?
Not yet.
Okay, hang on.
You know, it might just be my,
No, it's not. I got it right here.
okay.
Yeah, let me do that. Hang on.
And again, Jim, amazing presentation, man. Thank you for your servant's heart and spirit, and speaking
Yeah,
with clarity.
I'll share this with you. Hang on. And my lovely wife.
Thank you, those of you who are on here as well, you guests especially. Hey, there you go.
Says
Awesome,
if you
awesome.
miss Bitcoin, here's your second chance. And then I got the QR code on the hood, QR code on the back, got Texadillo on the side. So
There
when
you
you
go.
get to be a ranger, they pay for that.
Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's just out of this world. All righty. Well, thank you again, Jim. So, real quick, I don't want to keep you too long, but I mentioned this earlier, and I'll just show you the graphic so you can see. So, the employer, the consumer mindset is all about buying, spending, purchasing, and they trained us, Jim, to be consumers. They trained us from the infomercials and so forth. And so many of us, before the money came in, we were like, well, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. And again, there's always in the blue, you see in the white, risk versus reward. And so what happens, the employee mindset people, they focus so much on the risk, they lose sight of the reward. They're all about using their money to buy stuff. But once money is spent, it's gone, never to return. Down in the green, the breakthroughpreneur that I teach a concept, and more importantly, kingdompreneur, and what the world calls entrepreneur mindset, is all about sowing. It's about circulating. It's about creating. By the way, you were created by the master creator as a mini creator, and he gave us a mandate to create. But instead, we've just been consuming. We got to get back to creating. So again, as breakthroughpreneurs, kingdompreneurs, we focus on the reward. We're willing to deal with the risk, folks. So there is a risk, but you want to take a calculated risk where it's calculated in your favor. So in the white, again, focus on the reward. We're willing to deal with the risk. So we want to take our money, buy assets. With those assets, it creates money. From that money, we buy more assets. And again, Texit Coin is one of the greatest assets. And then from the money from the assets, we buy stuff. If you learn to do that, you will have a breakthrough, I guarantee you. At the bottom left, you'll see again whytexit.com, little 6-minute overview. And then at the bottom right, the internetmentor.com, that's one of my mentoring sites. I have some free content there. By the way, when it comes to home-based business, I've been blessed to build a company, 1.5 million members worldwide, and probably the only guy in history been the number one income earner, number one recruiter in 3 companies simultaneously back when everybody said you can't do it. But I serve a God that can do Ephesians 3:20 beyond anything we can ask or think. And so, hey, real quick, anybody who's got a quick question for Jim? Quick question. I'll take a question or two. And again, make sure you get back because I'm going to tell y'all something. It's about to get real successful up in here, and you want to be part of it. Who's got a question for Jim? Should be able to unmute or put it in the chat briefly. Anybody? Real quick question. Burning question. Anybody? Let's look down here in the chat. Incredible presentation. Mary says, thank you. All righty. Well, I guess you covered everything, Jim. They don't have any questions.
Well, I'm
So
happy.
if you're a guest, your question should be, how soon could I get started? Just like, again, Dr. Wilhelmina Ford, and now I spoke for her meeting a couple weeks ago down there in Miami Gardens, and just doing amazing things. So I close with this testimonial. A pastor friend of mine, my heart again is empowering God's people to position themselves for the transfer of wealth, and also, when we went and visited the Black Wall Street up in Tulsa, my wife and I, we just got back, and I said, "There's got to be a way of rebuilding Black Wall Street that can't be burned or bombed." And it hit me: if it's invisible, like TexitCoin, if it's international, like TexitCoin, then literally we're going to be indestructible. So check out this testimonial.
Greetings, Kingdompreneurs. What a blessing it is to be a part of this Texit Coin opportunity. Since July 23rd of this year, it's been my privilege to be a part of helping other people experience and explore the possibilities of creating generational wealth. It's an opportunity that's available for everybody on a level playing field. What I love about it is that in this short period of time, I've accumulated quite a few Texit coins already and have been blessed to receive the $1,000 commission. And on just yesterday, was notified that I was being considered to receive the $3,000 commission. That's exciting to see how quickly, how rapidly, and almost how effortlessly this opportunity has benefited me and my family. If you're thinking about it, I encourage you, don't lose time while you think, act while you think, and begin to start benefiting from the residual opportunity, from the generational opportunity that this provides to help other families along with yourself to gain generational wealth. Be blessed.
Wow. By the way, Jim, he connected me to the National Baptist Convention, the president of that. They just had like 15,000 people in Kansas City. They got another one coming up in January. They're interested in having TexitCoin as a sponsor. They want to get going with TexitCoin. And then I have a company that has me speaking, an AI company here in Dallas, November the 8th. And they're launching an affiliate program. I said, hey, would you guys, they want me to work with them. So I said, hey, I tell you what, why don't you guys make TexitCoin one of the payment options? Because when y'all pay, if y'all pay me when I speak, I want to be paid with TexitCoin. When the people want, if they want to buy any of my books and coaching and so forth, I want to be paid in TexitCoin. They said, sure, we can make TexitCoin an option for people that want to be paid in our system. So I'm like, wow, wow, wow. Folks, that's going to be happening more and more and more. And then Dr. Hay was like, wouldn't it be great if we could even let people give in churches that they want to give with TexitCoin and so forth? And so there's so many possibilities. So folks, again, as Jim mentioned, we're right at the beginning. So get this, get started now. It's the start that stops most people. Don't let the start stop you. Get back to whoever invited you. Get back to whoever gave this information. Get started now. You'll be glad you did, and we'll be glad to have you. God bless you. It's breakthrough time.